Now we will do miscellaneous exercise of chapter 11, three-dimensional geometry. Miscellaneous exercise chapter 11, three-dimensional geometry. Question number 1. Show that the line joining the origin to the point 2, 1, 1 is perpendicular to the line determined by the points 3, 5, minus 1 and 4, 3, minus 1. So we have to show that the line joining origin and one point is perpendicular to the line joining the other 2 points. So question number 1. So we can find the direction ratios of the 2 lines, and if they are perpendicular to each other, then A1, A2, if A1, B1, C1 and A2, B2, C2 are the direction ratios, then A1, A2 plus B1, B2 plus C1, C2 equal to 0 if they are perpendicular to each other. So first we are going to find the direction ratios of the 2 lines. So we will write direction ratios of line joining origin is 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, and the point 2, 1, 1 is direction ratio 2 minus x2 minus x1, y2 minus y1, z2 minus z1. So the direction ratio 2, then 1, 1. That is direction ratios. Then we can find direction ratios of the second line, of the line joining that points 3, 5, minus 1, 3, 5, minus 1 and 4, 3, minus 1. Then we will find the direction ratios of the line joining these 2 points, x2 minus x1, y2 minus y1, z2 minus z1, 4 minus 3, that is 1, 3 minus 5, 4 minus 3, that is 1, 3 minus 5, that is minus 2, and minus 1 minus minus 1, that is 0. Then we will find A1, A2 plus B1, B2 plus C1, C2. Then A1, A2, that is 2 into 1, plus B1, B2, that is 1 into minus 2, plus C1, C2, 1 into 0. So 2 into 1, 2 minus 2 plus 0, that is equal to 0. So here A1, A2 plus B1, B2 plus C1, C2 equal to 0. Therefore we can say these lines perpendicular to each other. Therefore the lines perpendicular to each other, because that condition is satisfied here. A1, A2 plus B1, B2 plus C1, C2 equal to 0. So they are perpendicular lines. Then we will do second question. Question number 2. And here if L1, M1, N1 and L2, M2, N2 are the direction cosines of 2 mutually perpendicular lines. Direction cosines of 2 mutually perpendicular lines. Their direction cosines are given. So we can write the equation of the line. So let the lines, second question. Let the lines. So direction cosines of the first line is given L1, M1, N1. And the direction cosines of the second line is given L2, M2, N2. So the direction cosines are given. Therefore, that lines that is unit vector, the vector corresponding unit vector corresponding that line, that is A cap, that is L1 I cap plus M1 J cap plus N1 K cap, because L1, M1, N1 are direction cosines. Therefore, this vector will be a unit vector, and if they are direction ratios, then it will not be a unit vector. So here it's given direction cosines, so that's why we are writing unit vector. And similarly, second vector, direction cosines given, that is L2 I cap plus M2 J cap plus N2 K cap, and they are mutually perpendicular vectors. Our question is, show that the direction cosines of a line perpendicular to these 2 vectors, line perpendicular to both of these are M1, N2. We want to show that the direction cosines of the line M1 N2 minus M2 N1 comma n1 L2 minus n2 L1 and m2 and m1 n1 minus m2 n1 n1 L, second one is wrong, n1 L2 minus n2 L1, then L1 M2, L1 M2 minus L2 M1, L2 M1. So we need to show that the direction cosines of the line perpendicular to these two is this one. So that is our question. Direction cosines of the line perpendicular to both of them is this one. So first we have to find the line perpendicular to these two. So line perpendicular to both A. So here they are unit vectors, vector A and unit vector A and unit vector B. Is unit vector A cross B. So here the line perpendicular to both A and B, that is A cross B, and here these two vectors are unit vectors, so we can write a unit vector perpendicular to both A and B. So show that the direction cosines of the line perpendicular to both A and B. So we will find A cross B. So this line will be unit vector because they are these two lines, these two vectors are unit vectors. Therefore, their cross product will be unit vector. A cross B. We will find that is I, J, K. Then L1, M1, N1. Then L2, M2, N2. Then when we expand, we will get a I into M1, N2 minus N1, M2. I cap, then second sign negative, J cap into L1 N2 minus N1 L2 plus K cap, then L1 M2 minus L2 M1. And here this is a unit vector. Therefore that is M1 N2. We want to show that the direction cosines of this vector perpendicular to both A and B is this one. So we will verify M1 N2 minus N1 M2. M1 N2 minus M2 N1. Same. M1 N2 minus, we will rearrange M2 N1. I cap. Then here L1 N2 minus N1 L2. So this is N1 L2. So we will take that negative inside the bracket. So we will keep positive sign J cap and we will multiply. So this will be positive. So we will get a N1 L2 minus N2 L1. Then plus K cap L1 M2 minus L2 M1. So now we can verify, we can check. M1 N2 minus M2 N1, same. Then N1 L2 minus N2 L1. So here it will be L1. Then L1 M2 minus L2 M1. So therefore the direction cosines. Cosines of line perpendicular to, show that the direction cosines of line perpendicular to both A and B, that is A cross B, and this is a unit vector. So these are the direction cosines are M1 N2 minus M2 N1, then N1 L2 minus N2 L1, then L1 M2 minus L2 M1. So we got the direction cosines, the same direction cosines we got here. So second question, we will do third one. So question number 3. So here find the angle between the lines whose direction ratios. Third one, find the angle between the lines whose direction ratios A, B, C and B minus C. Direction ratios given A, B, C. Then we will write direction ratios are direction ratios of given lines are A, B, C, and B minus C, then C minus A, then A minus B. Direction ratios. Then we need to find the angle between them. So angle between the lines. Angle between the lines, that is cos theta is equal to A1 A2 plus B1 B2 plus C1 C2 divided by magnitude, that is magnitude of A1 square plus B1 square plus C1 square into square root of A2 square plus B2 square plus C2 square. So A1 A2, that is A into B minus C, plus A1 A2 plus B1 B2, that is B into C minus A, plus C1 C2, that is C into A minus B, divided by square root of A square plus B square plus C square into square root of B minus C whole square plus C minus A whole square plus A minus B whole square. And here so here when we simplify A into B, that is AB minus AC plus BC minus AB plus CA minus BC. So plus AB and minus AB cancelled, divided by same square root of A square plus B square plus C square into square root of B minus C whole square plus C minus A whole square plus A minus B whole square. Then plus CA and minus AC cancelled, BC cancelled, so we got answer 0. Cos theta is equal to 0. So therefore cos theta is equal to 0. Cos theta is equal to 0. Therefore theta is equal to 90 degree. So the angle between the two lines that is 90 degree. So question number is cos theta is equal to 0. Therefore the angle between the two lines, that is 90 degree. So that is the answer. Now we will do fourth question. Question number 4. Find the equation of the line parallel to x-axis and passing through the origin. Equation of the line parallel to x-axis and passing through origin. Equation of the line parallel to x-axis. This is x-axis and passing through origin. So origin 0, 0, 0. And the direction ratios of the line parallel to x-axis, that is 1, 0, 0. So direction ratios of x-axis, that is 1, 0, 0. And we need to find the equation of the line passing through this point and parallel to this line. So that equation is x minus x1 upon a, x minus x1 upon a equal to y minus y1 upon b equal to z minus z1 upon c. That is equation of the line parallel to the given line and passing through one point. So we will write direction ratios of x-axis is 1, 0, 0. Therefore equation of line passing through 0, 0, 0 and parallel to the vector whose direction ratios 1, 0, 0 is, or parallel to the vector whose direction ratio, that means parallel to x-axis, that is x minus 0 upon 1 equal to y minus 0 upon 0, x minus x1 upon a, x minus x1 upon a is equal to y minus y1 upon b equal to z minus z1 upon c, z minus 0 upon 0. So that is x by 1 equal to y by 0 equal to z by 0. So this is equation of the line passing through origin and parallel to x-axis. Then we will do question number 5. Question number 5. So here, if the coordinates of the points A, B, C, D given respectively, then find the angle between the line A, B and C, D. So the coordinates of the point A is given 1, 2, 3, then B 4, 5, 7, A, B and C, D. Then C minus 4, 3, minus 6, and D 2, 9, 2. So we need to find the angle between the lines AB and CD. So first we can find the direction ratios of AB and direction ratios of CD. Then we can find the angle between them. Direction ratios of AB. So that is x2 minus x1, y2 minus y1, z2 minus z1 is 4 minus 1, that is 3, 5 minus 2, that is 3, 7 minus 3, that is 4. Then direction ratios of CD. 2 minus 4, that is 2 minus minus 4, that is 6. Then 9 minus 3, again 6. 2 minus minus 2, that minus 6, that is 2 plus 6, that is 8. And here these direction ratio 3, then 6, 3, 6, 4, 8. So direction ratios are proportional. So here A1 by A2 equal to B1 by B2 equal to C1 by C2. Therefore the lines, therefore AB parallel to CD. Therefore we need to find the angle between AB and CD. Therefore angle between AB and CD equal to 0 degree, because they are parallel to each other. So the angle between them, that is 0 degree. So that is question number 5. Then we will do 6th question. If lines given, Cartesian form given, are perpendicular, find the value of k. X minus 1 upon minus 3 equal to y minus 2 upon 2k equal to z minus 3 upon 2. Then second line, x minus 1 upon 3k equal to y minus 1 upon 1 equal to z minus 6 upon minus 5. Equation of lines. First equation and the second equation. And here given they are perpendicular. So line 1 perpendicular to line 2. So if they are perpendicular, then A1, A2 plus B1, B2 plus C1, C2 equal to 0. So minus 3 into 3k. Minus 3 into 3k plus 2k into 1 plus 2 into minus 5 equal to 0. So that is minus 9k plus 2k minus 10 equal to 0. So minus 9k plus 2k, that is minus 7k minus 10 equal to 0. So minus 7k is equal to 10. Therefore k is equal to minus 10 upon 7. So that is the value of k minus 10 upon 7. Then question number 7. Seventh question. Find the vector equation of the line passing through given point and perpendicular to the plane. Seventh question. Vector equation of a line passing through the given point. That point is given 1, 2, 3 and perpendicular to the plane. This line is perpendicular to this plane, and equation of that plane, that is given in vector form, we can write in Cartesian form. So that is x plus 2y minus 5k plus 9 equal to 0. X plus 2y minus 5k plus 9 equal to 0. So we need to find the equation of the line passing through this point and perpendicular to that plane. So equation of plane is given. Plane is x plus 2y minus 5k plus 9 equal to 0. If this is equation of the plane, then direction ratios of the normal to the plane. So this is equation of the plane. From that equation we can find the direction ratios of the normal to the plane. So that is 1, 2, minus 5. 1, 2, minus 5. So direction ratios of normal to the plane is 1, 2, minus 5. So the direction ratios of the normal to the plane, and this normal parallel to the line. Direction ratios of the normal to the plane. So normal to the plane, line perpendicular to the plane, that is given. The line, required line perpendicular to the plane, that is given in the question. Line perpendicular to the plane. Therefore, a required line is parallel to the normal to the plane. Required line parallel to normal to the plane. Required line parallel to normal to the plane. So now we got equation of a line. We need to write a equation of a line passing through 1, 2, 3 with the direction ratio. So equation of a line passing through a point and parallel to this line. So x minus x1 upon a, y minus y1 upon b, z minus z1 upon c. So we will write a required line parallel to normal to the plane. Therefore, equation of line passing through 1, 2, 3 and with and parallel to normal with the normal whose direction ratios parallel to normal, that is x minus x1 divided by a is equal to y minus y1 divided by b equal to z minus z1, that is 3 divided by minus 5. So this is equation of the line Cartesian form, and here I think we need to write vector form. Therefore the vector form is a plus lambda b. So that is I cap 1 I cap plus 2 j cap plus 3 k cap plus lambda into vector a plus lambda vector b, that is 1 I cap, that is I cap plus 2 j cap minus 5 k cap. So this is a vector form and this is Cartesian form equation of that line. So that is 7th question. Then we will do question number 8. Question number 8. Find the equation of the plane passing through ABC and parallel to the plane. 8th question. Equation of a plane passing through ABC and parallel to another plane. And equation of that plane is given. Vector form is given. So we will write a Cartesian form. X plus y plus x plus y plus z. X plus y plus z is equal to 2. So we need to find the equation of a plane passing through ABC and parallel to this plane. So equation of this plane we got. So the direction ratio of the normal to this plane, that is 1, 1, 1. So 1, 1, 1. That is direction ratio of the normal to the plane. And required plane parallel to this plane. Therefore, required plane is perpendicular to this one. So 1, 1, 1. That is the direction ratio of the normal to this plane, required plane. Therefore, and this plane is passing through this point. So we can easily find the equation of the plane. A into x minus x1 plus b into y minus y1 plus c into z minus z1. So we will write it. Then we will write direction ratios. Ratios of plane x plus y plus z equal to 2. is 1, 1, 1. Directional ratios of the plane, directional ratios of normal to the plane. Normal to the plane. X plus y plus z is equal to 2 is 1, 1, 1. Then required plane parallel to x plus y plus z equal to 2. Or we can therefore required plane parallel to x plus y plus z plus 2. Therefore 1, 1, 1 is the direction ratios of the normal. So 1, 1, 1 is the direction ratios of the normal to the required plane. So the reason this normal is perpendicular to this plane and this plane parallel to this plane. So we can say this normal is perpendicular to this plane. So this is the normal to this plane. So if we know the normal directional ratios of the normal to this plane, then we can easily find equation of the plane. Therefore, equation of the plane is a point given, then directional ratios we got. Then we will write a into, the formula is a into x minus x1 plus b into y minus y1 plus c into z minus z1. That is equation of the plane. And here a, b, c, that is 1, 1, 1. x1, y1, z1, that is a, b, c. So here a, b, c are the direction ratios. That is 1, 1, 1. x1, y1, z1 are the point x, a, b, c. So we will write 1 into x minus a plus again 1 into y minus b plus 1 into z minus c equal to 0. And when we open the bracket, x plus y plus z, then minus a minus b minus c we can take from left to right equal to a plus b plus c. So this is equation of the plane, equation of this plane, and that plane parallel to the given plane. And so we got question number 8. Then we will do 9th question. Question number 9. Find the shortest distance between two lines. So first line, we will write a Cartesian form. We will write shortest distance between two lines. Vector form is given. R is equal to 6 I cap plus 2 j cap plus 2 k cap plus lambda, then I cap minus 2 j cap plus 2 k cap. Then the second line, equation of lines. Second one, minus 4 I cap minus k cap, minus 4 I cap plus 0 j cap minus k cap plus mu into 3 I cap minus 2 j cap minus 2 k cap. So that is second equation. 6 I cap plus 2 j cap plus 2 k cap plus lambda into I cap minus 2 j cap plus 2 k cap and minus 4 I cap minus k cap plus mu into 3 I cap minus 2 j cap minus. That is R is equal to A1 plus lambda B1 and the second vector A2 plus mu B2. A1 plus lambda B1 and A2 plus mu B2. Then we need to find the distance between them. So distance between the lines, that is D is equal to, so the formula B1 cross B2 dot A2 minus A1 divided by magnitude of B1 cross B2. So that is the distance between two lines. So we already learned that formula, distance between two lines, b1 cross b2 divided by, in vector form, in vector, I think b1 cross, we already learned as b1 cross b2 dot a2 minus a1 divided by magnitude of b1 cross b2. So first we have to find b1 cross b2, that is I, j, k, then b1. So here b1 is this vector, that is 1 minus 2, 2. b1 is this vector, 1 minus 1, 2, and b2 is this vector, 3 minus 2 minus 2. So when we expand, we will get b1 cross b2. Then we will find a2 minus a1. So a2 minus a1, a2 is this vector, that is 4i cap minus 0 j cap minus k cap minus of a1, 6i cap plus 2j cap plus 2k cap. So we will get a2 minus a1. Then here we will get one vector, and here we will we will find this vector, that is minus 2 into minus 2, that is 2, 2 plus 4, that is 6i cap, then minus j into j cap into, then minus 2, 1 into minus 2, that is minus 2 minus 6, that is minus 8, minus 2 minus 6, that is minus 8, then one negative already there, so that is plus 8, so that is 8 j cap, plus 8 j cap, then plus k into minus 2 plus 3 plus 6, so minus 2 plus 6, that is 4k cap, so that is b1 cross b2. Then a2 minus a1 we will find, that is minus 2 I cap, then minus 2 j cap, then minus 1 minus 2, that is minus 3 k cap. Then b1 cross b2, a2 minus a1. Then when we replace here, magnitude of b1 cross b2, we will find magnitude of b1 cross b2, that is square root of 6 square plus 8 square plus 4 square we will get. And when you replace here, we will find a dot product of this one, b1 cross b2 dot a2 minus a1, dot product of this vector and this one we will replace. Then magnitude, then when you simplify, we will get a distance between these two lines. That the formula b1 cross b2 dot a2 minus a1 divided by magnitude of b1 cross b2.